No, they don't. They have a number. They don't make a contribution. Are you an idiot? Are you deaf? Or are you just blind? Barry's new. I'll do Barry.
Good evening, Alan. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good to know. I may upset one or two callers, but I do look at things in a broad perspective, and it's regarding the NHS. You know, this COVID situation, and protect the NHS. Now, first of all, I had swine flu back in 2018, and I'm not saying COVID-19 doesn't exist, because it does. And what I do want to state is I can't understand. I was listening last night, and you did make a statement saying you expect the country to be exactly the same as next year as what it is now. So the point, that I would like to state at the moment is that COVID-19 is no different to any other virus. The swine flu lasted for 12 months and then it disappeared. There was none of this. The flu lasted for 12 months. There was none of this. So that's that. Now, getting back to the NHS, in my opinion, let me just say this before, because I know that I will upset a few people, and I don't mean to.
Don't worry about upsetting people. It's what we do.
Yeah, that's not what I intend. I intend to make the callers look at it in a broader horizon. Scrap the NHS. Scrap it. Now, if the NHS was scrapped and privatised, a lot of people... Now, I transmit on amateur radio, and I've had many a discussion through many people, and they kind of get upset, and some people, and ahhing. Not one person has actually agreed, and I don't expect them to do. If you take a stand back and look at the statistics rather than the black and white on paper, what the government is going towards, scrap the NHS. There is more private hospitals local to people, rather than having to travel 20, 30 miles down the road with a heart attack and they're dead before they hit the hospital. If the NHS was scrapped and all hospitals were put under the same thing, including private hospitals, so everything would be privatised. And I am not a Thatcherite at all. My mother would turn in her grave, God bless her soul.
Don't excuse yourself, just tell us your theory.
Yeah, well, if the NHS hospitals were all put under the same regime, which is that we all pay a national insurance. So, one particular person I was speaking to was saying, well, how could I afford a private insurance? Well, technically, you wouldn't be paying a private insurance. You would be paying the insurance exactly what you're paying now. And also, the waste that's going through the NHS is absolutely unreal. Now, the point that I'm trying to make here, Alan, is if this COVID-19 is a conspiracy, which I'm not saying it is, because I do believe it exists, but I think it's getting a bit ridiculous in some reasons, if it is, I do believe that it's the Tories are wanting to get rid of the NHS anyway. That's my personal opinion. I don't know what any of your
what would the benefit? Well, they'll speak for themselves. What do you think would be the benefit of? Well, your first words were scrap, and then you seemed to change that to privatise. So I suppose you're saying scrap the concept and replace it with a private enterprise operated NHS. What would be the benefit of that?
The benefit would be is that there are closer private hospitals. So the benefit would be...
Well, first of all, there's something we need to get clear, and that is the private hospitals to which you refer overwhelmingly are not able to deal with a massive amount of the work that the NHS hospitals do. Indeed, it is the case that if you're on the slab in a private hospital having an operation and it goes awry, they don't take you to a bigger private hospital, they take you to the NHS hospital.
Yeah, quite correct.
No, it's correct.
There are smaller private hospitals that can deal with the smaller cases.
Well, yes, they are, but then, of course, we have to wonder who's going to deal with the large ones. And you say you won't have to pay any more, but at the moment, of course, there are people who pay nothing in terms of contribution at a given moment.
We do pay something because everyone pays a national insurance.
Well, let me start the statement again. There are people at the moment who make no contribution at a given moment to the NHS because they're unemployed, they're retired, they're not retired, they're over retirement age. I know I'm correct. It's what I do. And you're saying you'll just pay the same. Well, OK, my question now is, what about the people such as I, who makes no contribution to NHS at all? My employer does, but I don't. I'm over the age.
Well,
so my question is, what treatment would I get under the NHS that no longer exists, but the private equivalent of it, and what treatment would the unemployed get who also don't pay national insurance?
Your employer will be making your
what would happen to the unemployed? What treatment would they get? They are making no contribution.
They're already making.
They are not making. I'm sorry. I'll say it again, Barry. The unemployed do not make a contribution to
the unemployed
NHS.
Are the majority are receiving benefits, including homeless. You know it, and I know it.
Let me say it again, Barry. Let me say it again. Here is the question. Now, if you want to dodge it again, be my guest, but you'll only look like an idiot, and that's not what you came on for, I'm sure. So here's the question again. The unemployed at the moment do not pay national insurance. Would they, at that moment,
are receiving benefits, which they're...
Let me ask you the question again. The unemployment at the moment do not pay national insurance. What would happen to them?
The national insurance number, which they were given from a birth certificate, is national. So,
remarkably, your statement is accurate. A national insurance number is national. You've not fooled me. You have explained it admirably. Let me ask you again. The unemployed under current rules do not pay towards national insurance whilst they are unemployed. So my question is, what will happen to them?
You're stating the unemployed...
I'm not stating, Barry. I'm asking.
That's fine. But are you stating not working unemployed, or are you stating unemployed?
Barry,
what are you
one of the things that happens with bald men is they try to get more hair by splitting the ones they've got. You must be very, very bald. Let me ask you the question again. If you don't have an answer, save everybody's time and your own face by saying so. The unemployed at the moment do not pay national insurance. What, in your scheme, would happen to them?
Yes, they do. They have a national insurance.
No, they don't. They have a number. They don't make a contribution. Are you an idiot? Are you deaf? Or are you just blind? Intellectual.
Your callers to take up.
Barry, good night. You're a prat. Please come back on when you can answer that question. Until then, keep your stupid trap shut. How do, Chris?
Can't stop laughing. Shouldn't I know I shouldn't, but I can't.